Maybe you feel like your prayers are hitting the ceiling right now. Maybe you've been in a season where you just can't seem to see anything going right. That feeling can make us question everything, doesn't it? David said, "How long will you hide your face from me?" He felt truly alone often at the beginning, but David looked back on his life with the realization that God was there through it all. Now, our emotions can play tricks on us. We can zoom in so close on a situation that we miss the big picture. But that's the point, isn't it? We're just so human, and we all share in that experience, especially when times are hard. I want to assure you that the God of all things hasn't overlooked you. The God who says, "I will never be too late." The God who watches over you does not slumber or sleep. The one who promises to work everything to our benefit, to keep us in perfect peace, to give us a kingdom without end. But what happens when we don't feel that? When peace is just a good idea, not a fact of the matter? You might not feel like it right now, but you will look back at this season of life and realize that God was with you the whole time. Just like David, Joseph, Moses, Daniel, to name a few. While I have you here, let's dive deeper into these stories. Daniel was a God-fearing man. He was faithful. One day, he made a very specific request to God. He prayed 3 times a day for a month and saw nothing, and just before his strength failed, God came through with his answer. God had actually answered him day 1, but the angel coming to give the message got blocked by opposition. If Daniel had stopped day 7 or day 29, he would not have seen the power of God. But God is faithful, and he meets our faith with action. That brings me to 2 points. Daniel's answer was blocked by warfare, not because God didn't answer right away. Sometimes we're in a season where there's more warfare than blessing. What do we do then? We keep praying, we keep petitioning. Psalm says, "In the morning I lay my requests before you, and then I wait expectantly." Operating in expectations allows our faith to meet God's move. It's easy to get discouraged, but if the story of Daniel teaches us anything, it's that God always shows up. That brings me to the second point in Daniel. God did not wait till it was too late. Before Daniel's strength failed, God sent a stronger angel to deliver his message because, you see, when the battle is big, God sends something bigger. You will look back at this season of life and see, like Joseph did after being sold by his family, wrongly accused, imprisoned, and overlooked for many years. He was taken overnight to the palace and was in charge next to the most powerful man on the planet. He couldn't see it at the time when he was stuck watching the world pass by, but he looked back on the experience and was able to say, "God, you took what the enemy meant for evil and turned it all for good." See, it's not easy because even the greats had a hard time understanding God's plan. So we're not so different from them. We're just not in the part of the story where we see the end, but we can remain confident in this. We will live to see the goodness of God in the land of the living. He promised, "No good thing will I withhold from them that walk upright." This part of your story right here is what builds your faith and testimony. A story that will inspire countless generations just as Daniel's did. We can look at Moses, who God granted power to call in plagues, turn his staff into a serpent that gobbled up the sorcerer's power and parted waters. But even in this, Moses did not write a song of deliverance for God until they crossed the Red Sea. Your story is just unfolding, and you will have that moment where you write your song of deliverance to God. This, I know, God grants victory to his anointed. So while the situation might not dictate a huge turnaround, and your emotions might be playing tricks on you, you can rest secure knowing this is all part of the plan that God has intricately woven you into. He doesn't cause bad things to happen, but he does turn them around for our ultimate good. David, as an anointed king, was running from the man whose position he was about to take, hiding in caves, dealing with fear, knowing he was built for more, but living like an exile. On the night he ran from King Saul, he wrote God this psalm: "I will take refuge in you until the danger has passed." And what we can see is that God's physical protection was on him. He lived to be king, but at the time he had moments he wondered if he would. David was living it. He didn't know what we do now at the end of his story, but he believed in God's promise. We know in life things happen and we don't understand why. Because you can't write a story backwards, or can you? What if you just took God at his word and allowed the end to meet the beginning, finding peace in the reassurance that you will get to the promise? Your promise preserves my life. For as long as God has a promise on you, he will find a way to get you there. So you can work backwards in the sense that you know you will end up exactly where he said you would. We can look at the promise and be safe in this, that God will finish what he started in you. It's funny because we saw David as king before we understood the experience it took to get him there. This experience right now might have a lot of opposition, but every great story does. I know it's easier said than done. You might be running to the cave just like Elijah did because he was frightened, and that's okay. God came and got him. So through this you can know God will come get you wherever you are. He will counsel you with his loving eye on you. What I'm truly trying to get you to understand is that no matter the fear or the opposition, God will work it out. He works all things to our benefit for those who love him. Let that love be enough until it's time to write your song, because you will. In the impossible situation, we know God makes it possible. The God who spoke the entire universe into existence, who holds it all together, is on your side. And when he made you, he stopped everything to form you with his hands, then breathed life into your lungs. Of all things he created, the only thing he stopped to put his hand on was you. His hand is still there, even when you can't see it, but you will look back and see he was there through it all, holding you together, just like he promised. I want you to take this scripture to heart, meditate on it today, and believe. Isaiah 43:2 says, "When you pass through the waters, I will be with you. And when you pass through the rivers, they will not sweep over you." He is present, he is here, always. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe so we can spread this message to anyone who needs to know. God is with us.